Hey guys, welcome back to Flat 5 Games. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Melissa.
And this is, at long last, you've been waiting forever, our 100 subscriber special.
Don't talk like that.
It's not really, I'm not trying to.
I don't know what you're trying to
We've both are slightly under the weather, so I've got this extra low voice, and it makes me sound like an announcer.
No, when I woke up this morning, I sounded like a man. I sound good right now, though.
I mean, you still sound a little lower than normal.
But I don't sound like a man.
No,
I did this morning.
You just sound like a burly female.
Don't say that.
You sound like a woman that would drive a Harley.
We're moving on. Let's just continue.
All right. So, first of all, before we even get the video started, thank you to all 103 of you. Now, I gotta say, probably 100 of you. I think 3 of those are us. You know, when you start a channel off, you like to see that number climb. You
We don't have that many channels.
You know, I'll subscribe from my other channel, subscribe on your channel, subscribe on my dad's channel. You know, gotta get the numbers.
He did it all.
Anyway, no. At least a 100, maybe 101 is legit, and we thank you, all 101 of you. Though I doubt all of you are watching.
What are you kidding, Jeremy? Don't look. They're all watching this, and they're all hanging on every word we say.
Yeah, watch this be the one video we get like. Watch this.
This the one video with I have a bump in my hair right there. You didn't tell me this.
Look, I can't be.
Oh,
in charge
you're
of
fired.
making sure you don't have any hair.
Wait, I gotta fix that right now. I gotta fix it on camera. Excuse me.
All right. Yeah, that's good. So that's our goal, though. That's my goal. My personal. Well, oh my. That's my personal goal. Is I want to get 103 views, even though two of our subs are
Okay,
fake.
like that. Just disregard me. You gotta fix me.
Yeah, just ignore this side of the camera for now.
Ignore this.
So anyway, thank y'all again. Thank y'all so much. It's really awesome. Honestly, never thought we'd make it to 100. In all honesty, really didn't. We got 2 things for you. We're gonna start off and answer some subscriber questions, and then we're gonna move into the main meat of this episode. Sound good to you? All right. So our first question is, why is your channel called Flat 5 Games?
Well, guys,
Oh, you know
I'll
the
answer
answer.
this question.
Even though I'm the one who named it, I guess you can answer.
We thought about so many names.
Did we? You thought about names?
And basically, just tell it.
Just go.
All right.
Just
There's no deep story here. There's nothing very interesting at all. But the only maybe interesting thing, and
I'm looking wrinkled.
if you're interested enough to watch this video, you've probably watched the channel enough to know that she and I were music majors. That's actually how we met. We
Yep.
met at music school.
I went to
She was a vocal major. I was a guitar major. But I didn't stay with guitar. I switched to piano, and I graduated as a piano pedagogy
And
major.
normally, people out there, if you're going to major in piano, you don't learn piano the first year you go into college. You have like 7 years of experience. But this guy apparently is a genius. Never knew piano before college.
or a
was able to major in.
I think it's more likely that I'm a masochist and a glutton for punishment, which is also demonstrated by my taste in video games. But anyway, we have a musical background. I was trying to think of some clever name for our channel. Everything I thought of was lame or bogus, and I thought, well, you know, what if I thought of something musical related? And I was looking at all kinds of musical terms, and I didn't want something super on the nose like Treble Clef Studios or
Yeah, no, that would have been lame.
or you know, I don't know, whatever. And so I wanted it to be some sort of obscure but anyway, the Flat 5 doesn't mean a whole lot, but it's just there's a type of chord it's that in jazz, used often in jazz, the Flat 5 chord, and I think they sound cool. And I guess phonetically, I thought Flat 5 Games sounded kind of cool too.
So basically, he named our channel and he gets all the credit.
No, you get at least 20% of that credit.
There's so many chords that sound cooler than a flat 5 chord.
I don't know. That's a cool sounding chord.
I mean, it sounds cool, but there's cooler chords.
If used appropriately, by itself, it sounds kind of garbage. But anyway, it's got that tritone there. All right, question number 2. All right, and just so you know, I'm 3 for me. Melissa's answers will be different, but for me, 4 of the next questions are all going to be sort of wrapped up together for me. Because yeah. So anyway, what are your top 3 favorite games of all time? Like that's an easy question to answer. But you know what? I've thought a lot, thought really hard. I think I've got my answer.
Me too. Me too.
So, do you want to go first?
I don't care. You want me to go first?
Go first.
Alright. So my 3 favorite games. The first one, he gave me visuals, so I guess I'll save those till the end.
Are yours ranked, or are you just gonna?
No, I'm just gonna throw them out there because I don't really know.
You don't rank? I'm gonna rank mine.
No, I literally don't have a ranking.
I'm ranking mine.
Well, good. I'm not ranking mine.
Oh, come on. Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Unranked.
Okay, so I, growing up, did not really game a lot. Like my brother and I had a Super Nintendo.
You don't say.
And we played Super Mario World.
Hey, this is it. You're answering another question.
I'm just trying to say that we didn't game a bunch.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Pacey.
Hey, our daughter has infiltrated our video.
She infiltrated our.
This is what better time to introduce our daughter? Hey, look, Paisley. Say hey on the camera. Say hey. She's probably ornery right now.
She's in the mood.
Are you mad, Paisley?
You.
Hold on.
She's a little
Hold
ornery
on.
right now. And
Wait.
we will be back in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. So, you were explaining to us your 3 favorite games of all time.
Want some covers?
And we're going to get to childhood very soon. So, let's ixnay on that.
Okay, so my 3 favorite games, apparently I can't give you a background.
You will.
Because Mr. Nazi here says no. But anyway, my first one I'm going to say is going to be Fable. And I played on Xbox 360 because I didn't really grow up gaming, and so when we were married for a little bit, he really wanted me to play some games. We've been married for like 7 years, probably been together for like 9, almost 10 years, and so he really wanted me to get into gaming, and one of the games he put on was Fable, and I thought it was a really super fun game, and it's the first game I ever beat by myself. So it holds this place in my heart, and actually it's pretty fun. I think I beat it twice. Have I beat it twice?
Yeah, and I'll share a little anecdote with you.
Sure.
The first time I got her to play it, I was there for most of it, coaching her along, whatever. And I still remember, I woke up one night at like 3 in the morning. How you do sometimes. You just wake up, and I hear like the TV, and there's like a faint glow in the room. I'm like, what is wrong? And I sit up, and she's sitting at the foot of the bed, just. I'm like, what are you doing? Playing Fable. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you go to bed?
He was oh my gosh in an exhausted way, but he was also like, she's playing a game.
Oh no, I was thrilled. Sadly, that's the one time in our relationship.
No, Dr. Mario.
There is one other time I caught her playing a game on her own volition, and it was Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario's great. Okay, so Fable is my first game. Obviously, it means a lot to me, and it's actually kind of fun. I'd actually play it right now. I'm not even lying. I'd play that game right now. Anyway, he gave me visuals for my second one, and I don't have them ranked in the order, but I guess since he gave me visuals, I'll use them.
We didn't have a copy of Fable.
We didn't have a copy of it. But the next one, I just pulled out Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4. See it there, people? This is another one of my favorite games. And again, I'm not going to rank it. I like this game because this is a game I also played by myself. He was watching me because he liked watching me play some games and helping me out.
Let's give him my fair share of coaching. I would say.
You go for coaching, but anyway, I still
Yeah.
beat it by myself.
I never
fair and
touched
square.
the controller one time.
I did it all by myself. Thank you. And I have to
just said
say,
that.
it was really cool because I have played, before I played this, I played Resident Evil 5 co-op with him. And as you can imagine, he held all the weight on that. And we played it through several times. And I guess I got better, but anyway. Anyway, we played Resident Evil 5. We laughed through like 20 minutes of Resident Evil 6 because it was horrible. And then I played this because it was remastered for PS4, right?
Yeah, notice the PS4.
Yeah, I know. And well, I'm saying, okay, sorry, I didn't know. I mean, it was remastered, right?
Yes, yeah.
So I didn't know if it was just
Oh,
just
okay.
made
Yeah,
for
it was
that or not.
remastered.
Anyway, it was remastered, and so I played
Looks
that.
great on PS4, by the way.
And-
So smooth.
And then
Buttery.
he wanted me to play this because we knew that Resident Evil 7 was coming out, which we did play. You should check out our playthrough of that. But that game was great.
It was our
and
very
awesome.
first Let's Play.
Yeah, and actually, I did watch him play through the first Resident Evil, and I will say this one holds true to the Resident Evil format. I think.
Well,
right.
No.
Oh.
This is the one where they started shaking things up.
Oh wait.
This is the first one where they really made a change
Resident
into a more
Evil-
action-oriented game.
Resident Evil 7 is more closely
Sort of brought
related
it back
to the, brought
a
it
little
back.
bit.
That's what it is. Resident Evil 7 brought it back to this, which
Yeah.
this kind of reminded me. It had like the puzzle aspects of one. But anyway, okay. And my third favorite game, and these are in no order, obviously, is The Last of Us. I didn't play this game, so it's not like it's like speaking out of I played it and I thought it, I can't talk on the gameplay, but I did. I was so invested on the gameplay and the story while he played through it. Like, and the sequel's coming out soon next year, I think, sometime. So I'm super pumped. This game, dude, is so good. I should probably play through it as the player and not the watcher,
I
but
concur.
yeah, anyway, it looks super hard, but I like literally, as even not in the cutscenes or the story or any of that, I was really invested in his gameplay. And anyway, this is great. I need to go play it, but it's a game I've not played. I like it.
This is the next game I'm going to wake up at 3 in the morning and see her playing.
Hey, you
Hopefully.
sick.
Okay, so that's our 3 favorite games, and they're very 3 respectable games. I'm not so much on Fable, but I love the other 2.
Fable's great.
It's okay.
There's so many you can. What are you
You know,
talking about?
there's a lot of ideas in Fable that I really like, and I did enjoy it when I played it, but I don't know, it hasn't aged well. When I go back to play it now, I'm just like, I can't even. Like, I'm just like, oh, this
You just
game.
white girled that.
Yeah.
Even I need some time.
All right, so my top 3 favorite games of all time. If you've been watching one
We
of our,
all know.
well, hey, only if they watched that one episode, and I don't know Dark Shards or Dark Souls. My all-time favorite game in the world, and you'll hear a little bit later on in the other questions why that is a very recent game, surprisingly, but it is Hollow Knight.
I told y'all.
And I have a collector's edition here that I have not opened because I don't know why, but I don't want to. I probably won't.
He's really weird about how he owns the games too. Like,
Yeah,
he's
you-
got them all digital copy. He's got like a copy for PS4. He's got a copy for Xbox. He's got a copy for every console.
Not that game, but
Well, every other game.
so Hollow Knight, it's got everything that I love in a video game. I mean, for my entire life, and we'll talk about that more later. But the games I played and what I like evolved as a gamer to want out of a video game, it checked every box. It is just beyond perfect for me. And like I said, we'll get into that. Number 2, and these are ranked. That's my number 1 game. My number 2 game, unfortunately, I own it, yes, but I lent it out because, well, I love it so much. I'm trying to spread the message, get some other people involved, as it were. And the second game is Bloodborne.
I think he's gonna make me play that
Yeah.
after I beat
Wifey
him.
gets good, yes.
I think.
So I wasn't on like the Dark Souls train when it started. I didn't play Dark Souls until way late, like probably it was whenever we moved to the apartment. Actually, I started when we were at Old Jackson. So,
Yeah, you started it.
Uh,
That was about 2 years ago.
yeah. So I mean, it was probably like 2016.
No, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I never was interested in Dark Souls. I never even wanted to play it. I didn't think it. I mean, I never really watched anything about it, but I didn't think I was interested. So I was like, but actually, what drew me in was I played a game called Salt and Sanctuary, because it was this 2D indie game that looked cool to me, and I played it, and I got very obsessed with it. Platinumed it on PS4, and and I read that it was like 100% based off Dark Souls. I was like, I really like a lot of the game mechanics in here. I probably should go and check out, its inspiration. So I did. I went back and I played Dark Souls for PS3, and fell in love, and I platinumed it as well. Then I'm not sure why I chose to do it this way, but I moved on to Bloodborne after that, and for a long time I didn't want to admit that I liked Bloodborne better than Dark Souls, but I've come around, and Bloodborne is, I think, my favorite. The Souls-likes, I only want to pick one, but I love them all so much, and so spot 2 has to go to Bloodborne. Love it, and I think you're gonna actually like it. I think you really will. Spot 3 on my list was very hard for me to decide on, because the first 2 I knew those 2 were on my top 3 hands down. The third one, there's a lot of games I could give it to, a whole lot of games, and I really didn't know where to go. I really wanted to, my initial thought was Super Mario World, because it's very near and dear to my heart, but as far as playability, how much time that I could devote to it, and like as far as, I don't know, I kind of thought of it as if I was going to go be put on an island with one game, would I rather this than I'm showing it off, than Super Mario World? And I would. Shovel Knight, if I include all the expansions, I would say is my third favorite game. It's very nostalgic for me. It's very, I love Mega Man, and it's very Mega Man-ish, but not Mega Man. And I mean, from everything from the pixel art to the music to what they did with the expansions and the different stories with the different playable characters, and I don't know, it blows my mind. Very awesome game. Those are my top 3. I'm gonna stop droning on for so long. What we got for the next question here? Let's see. What consoles and systems did you have growing up?
Oh, I see why you said I couldn't talk on my phone.
Yeah, I didn't want you to spoil your answer. So, what consoles and systems did you have growing up, Melissa?
Like I already said, I don't know if he edited it out or not, but
No.
me and my brother got he's 3 years older than me, so I was like 8 and he was like 11 or something. We got the Super Nintendo, and we had Super Mario World and All Stars on there. We also had Power Rangers or something like that. And so I played that. I never really got past like World 3 of Super Mario World before I got bored. I don't know, Brian too. That's my brother. Anyway, and so then he had a PS1, PS2. I remember he got NASCAR for one of those. And for some reason, that was our bonding game. Like, it would crack him up. I would just go by the speed limit on this.
By the way, I want you to answer both of these together. In addition to what consoles and systems did you have growing up, what is the first game you remember playing or that made an impression on you?
Well, yeah, so I guess, real quick, I'm going to finish the other thing.
Yeah.
We had the PS1, PS2. I also had a Sega Game Gear from my cousin. He sold us, and so I played Sonic. One of the Sonic games, I don't know. Anyway, Super Mario World, although I was not good at it, we had a family friend who could like beat it. You know how you can beat it in like 5 minutes? She could do that.
5 minutes.
Or, however long how long?
Probably close to a world record.
Well, whatever, you know what I mean. She knew whatever seconds was, and she could also beat it all the way through. And she's really good at platforming and everything. So, Super Mario World is very interesting to me because I got to watch it. Every time I tried it, I got frustrated and threw the controller down. And then I didn't really play. I played NASCAR a lot.
Didn't you mention All Stars?
I played All Stars too. We played All Stars, but not the
Super
original.
Mario All Stars.
Yeah, not the original. It was remade.
No, All Stars is a remake.
Oh, is the remake?
That's what it is. Yeah, it's a remake of the original.
It's 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we played that, and then that was cool. I wasn't very good at it. Those little bullet things and all that. And then I was really bad. And that's about it. Sonic, got them coins.
Sorry if I missed this, but did you already mention Power Rangers?
We played Power Rangers, but
Did you say you like that one?
yeah,
Or-
I was always the Pink Ranger, I think, and I got to level 2, maybe, and then I was just done. So not a very big gamer growing up. Yeah.
Well, as you probably know, I was obsessed with gaming growing up. Probably addicted.
My hair is killing me.
In a bad way. So my earliest years of gaming, and I'm talking, 4 or 5 years old, was spent on the NES and primarily. Now, at age 5, my dad actually bought his first computer, Windows 95, and I had some weird games on there. Nothing like substantial, some like Click Adventure, different stuff. I don't know, but mainly, I grew up on the NES and the Super NES, and my cousin.
Trey.
Yeah, I had an older cousin. He's like 15 years older than me or something like that. And
Really?
I don't know, something like that.
I don't think so.
He lived next door to me for my entire life, and he basically gave me. I mean, I guess it wasn't mine, but it stayed at my house. But an NES and a Super Nintendo with, I don't know, probably 20, 30 games. Probably 20, 30 games on the NES and 15 on the Super Nintendo. And, I don't know. I was obsessed. From there, probably around 10 years old, I'd say, my mom, and this is the only time this has ever happened, but she just randomly showed up one day from a garage sale with a Sega Genesis. And,
I had that too, but I had the
Mega
Lion
Drive
King
for
one.
you weirdos across the pond.
Copeland gave me a real thing, a real Sega thing.
Yeah.
I forgot we traded. And
Was
I
it
had
a Genesis or?
It was a Sega Genesis, and I had the Lion King.
Huh. I had Lion King for Super Nintendo. I never played the Genesis.
I played
version.
Lion King. I guess it was actually not bad though.
So yeah, I loved my Sega. Yeah, I wasn't one. I didn't. I wasn't like I didn't pick a side. I loved all video games. So I was really late on 3D stuff. Oh, at that point in my life, the Nintendo 64. That came out probably when I was like 6, but it came out, and I wanted it so bad. I can't remember ever wanting anything more than the Nintendo 64. Never got one. I've never owned a 64. I hadn't played
He still doesn't.
many of the games of it ever. But whatever, it's a bitter
I played
memory.
Mario 64 on the original.
I played it on DS.
I didn't play. Oh, I have played on DS, but I've also played it on the original console when it came out.
Yeah.
It wasn't mine.
But I was quite a bit older. I'm not sure how old. It had been out for a long time, but I saved up $80, which that ought to tell you how old it was at that point if I could buy it for $80. But I bought a PlayStation, the original PlayStation, at a pawn shop for $80. And for some reason, my game that I chose was some sort of WCW wrestling game. I don't know why. But anyway, I had a PlayStation. Eventually, after that, I got the original Xbox with the giant controller. I'm not sure why I did that, but I did. I loved it. From there, I got a PS2. Never played my Xbox again. Then for some reason, I jumped ship again. I got an Xbox 360. And then after that, I was an adult, and I just went nuts at that point, and I was buy everything. I spend way too much money on video games. After the 360, the next generation, I bought an Xbox One at launch. Shortly after that, probably a year later, I got a Wii U because I missed out on. I was ready to get back to Nintendo. My
Every
roots.
Black Friday, y'all.
Yeah,
It's
it was a
not
time.
good. There's a console out. He's in line at
Uh,
11 o'clock.
Since I had, my roots were Nintendo, and I didn't have a 64, a GameCube, or a Wii. I decided to jump back in with the Wii U. What a system to do that with. Anyway, and then I got another year later or something. I got a PS4, and since then I've gotten a Switch. Played most of my games on PC, honestly, at this point. But anyway.
Yeah, the other ones are good for Netflix.
Yeah, they are. And now, as far as games that were special to me and like what I remember growing up,
Oh dear goodness!
I'm
It's
just-
a stack.
yeah, I got a stack.
It's a stack.
You know what? You can fast forward if you don't like it. I'm gonna just share some of the games that were special to me growing up. They're also because this is going to help answer a future question. Some of my earliest memories. I'm missing a game here. My earliest memories gaming were spent with these two games. Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Mario World. I still remember being probably like 5 years old at my cousin's house, and he would put it on Cammy's stage because for some reason he liked that music the best, and he would sit me there in his lap and have my hand on the controller, and he would put his thumbs on my thumbs, and he would play Street Fighter and sit there and do the motion to teach me how to do a Hadouken with Ryu and Ken. That's one of like my earliest memories playing
that's so
video
sweet.
games.
Y'all need to reconnect.
Yeah. So anyway,
He's like, no, thank you.
Street Fighter 2. And if I wasn't playing Street Fighter 2, I was most likely playing Super Mario World. I loved those games very much. When I could get away with it, my parents didn't like me playing this, but I would play Mortal Kombat. Our daughter is back. Hold on. All right, we're back. I don't know where I was, but oh yeah, if I could get away with it, I was playing Mortal Kombat, preferably Mortal Kombat 2. I like it, and I think it's objectively better in every way. But I don't have my copy of Mortal Kombat 2 anymore. I don't know why. I was also very addicted to Killer Instinct and learning all of those really killer combos. Super fun. Anyway, but I had like I said, I didn't buy them, but I had a bunch of NES games. But I've got a short little stack here of ones that were super special to me. I won't do them in no particular order. Number 1, Contra. Now, she hadn't played this one but once. But she and I, surprisingly, have played Super C quite a bit together. And I don't know if she likes it or not, but she definitely likes it better than some games. She'll sit there and do it. I don't know. Do you like Super C? Yeah, she likes it. I can tell. I spent so much time as a kid playing Contra. Super fun with with friends. Anytime I had a friend over, I was always begging everybody to play Contra with me. Always putting in the Konami code and such as that. Also, if I had a friend, they didn't get away from my house without playing this with me. Double Dragon 2. I loved it as a kid. I never did beat it, but I love it. She and I played it too. You like that game, right? No, she hates this game. But she plays it with me to make me feel better. So, I don't know why I love this game, because I was horrible at it. And I don't even, I could only get to the second level. I'd always get to the second boss. And never could beat it. And so I just played the same parts over and over, but I guess as a kid it doesn't really matter. But that's Ninja Gaiden 2. Yeah, super fun. I'm actually much prefer Ninja Gaiden 1 these days. I actually was speedrunning it for a while. You know, I wasn't great, but I could beat it in about 15 minutes. Which for you know, world record something like 11 minutes. So not great. You're gonna have to pardon all the marks. I didn't do this, but somebody drew all over it. Metroid. Also, don't know why I played this game. Sucked at it. I didn't know where to go, what to do, the point of it, anything. But boy, did I like it, and I played the crap out of it. Zelda. Probably my favorite of this whole stack. I played this game so much. I know people give this game a lot of crap because of how it doesn't tell you anything, and you know, there's just like a big wall and there's no indicator of where to bomb, but you have to know where to bomb to do stuff. And anyway, I know where all that stuff is, therefore I've never had a problem with it. But somebody showed me, probably more than likely, probably my cousin. But I have recently, you know, reluctantly come to grips with the fact that A Link to the Past is better. Yes, it's a much better game, but for a long time, I don't know. This one, I guess, for nostalgic reasons, I always preferred it. But I guess these days I would prefer Link to the Past. By the way, humble brag over here. No, that's not actually a correct use of humble brag, but this girl has beat Link to the Past. Have you not?
Not legitimately.
Look, you ain't supposed to tell Matt. She used some save states. Whatever. She beat it. Alright. Now, I have 2 more games over here. These are also special, but I'm gonna use those to answer a question coming up. So let's see what our next question is. Which state do you live in? Well, we live in. How about?
The horrible state of mind.
We live in the most fun state to spell. If you were in a spelling contest and you had to spell the states, ours wins hands down. Let's put it that way. All right.
And the accents really, he says, I have no idea. If your accent is curious to try and place it, it really sounds the same as all Southern, really. Unless you go to like North Carolina and you go horseback riding.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Then they talk like this. Don't let your horse eat the grass.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay.
We don't talk like that here. We're just,
okay.
We're not country, we're Southern.
I'll give you one more hint. Our state is on the coast. So we're as far south as you can go. The funny thing is, like she was saying, you can get much farther north, like
in the state?
way north, like 6 to 8, 10 hours north of here, and the people sound way more country and southern
It's really weird.
than down south. They sound like they've been in the mines of coal mines or something.
But it's interesting
Hillbillies.
is that like we don't. I would say, because I've heard our accents compared to like the people like in North Carolina and like the really big like country hick people. Well, I guess we're hick.
I think what it is like we have more city. Like
we're
south.
We're Southern. We're not country. The thing is, and it's interesting to hear. To go because we've been to Colorado, and traveling through Colorado we went to Kansas, and I went to a Subway. Me right now, how I'm talking right now, I went to a Subway and I said I would like to order a 6-inch foot-long turkey. A 6-inch foot-long, that's so country. A 6-inch turkey sandwich on 9 grain honey oat. I said it just like that, and I guess I must have said it to her. It must have sounded like 9 grain honey oat or something, because she asked me 3 times. What? And I said, 9 grain honey oat. And anyway, I was like, this is just Kansas. It's not even that far.
And she's like, you must be from down south.
And I'm just like, whatever. Not really, but okay. Anyway. So yeah, it's interesting. Our accent sounds a lot like other states, but it depends on where you're from.
I know this is getting a little long in the tooth.
Rule.
But I'm going to try to wrap these next ones up somewhat quick. What prompted you to start a gaming channel? I can answer that. I don't know what Melissa would add to this, but for me, I can answer that with two things. Number one, gaming has always been such a big part of my life, but it never was hers. And at my age, I've grown. I really don't have any friends that game, and so I don't have that and that was such a big part of gaming for me as growing up, was doing it with your friends and stuff. And so I missed that community aspect of it, and having somebody to do it with. And also, when you're married to somebody and you love them and want to share, everything with them and all that, that's like a big part of my life. I want to share it with her, and so I'm like, it would be awesome if we could play games together. And so, it always worked out so great because, she can't make herself be into something she's not into. But I thought the idea of doing commentary and recording ourselves or whatever was enough to interest her into doing it. And so I was like, well, this is, kill two birds with one stone. This would be a way for, us to hang out, but also I can share games with her in a way. The other reason it's a very similar reason, but I'd recently gotten into watching YouTube and started following some different Let's Play channels and different people and stuff, and I watched how they were with their community and how, once they built their channel up to a certain extent, just that interaction between them and their community of people just seems so cool. And I don't know, like I said, I love games, but I get tired of always doing it by myself, and I thought it would be awesome if to find a way to share the experience with other people. Anyway, what kind of things? I guess it was sort of, was my thing that I wanted to do, but was there any reasons that you wanted to get started with it?
Well, I know you were following, like you said, you're following gaming channels. And Let's Play channels, and I never even heard of that. And I initially told you you said the idea, and I was like, well, you need to do it. And then you got the idea that I should be on there with you, and I was like, I don't know, because like I said, I'm not a really big gamer. There are a few games that really, they're really awesome, but for the most part, I'm the extreme definition of casual gamer. Like, I'm as casual as you can get. And so I was really apprehensive, but anyway, it's been fun. And actually, I've been wanting to start a vlog channel for a while, and so through this channel so far, the idea of Wifey Gets Good being a challenge channel is still in the works, but stay tuned, we might talk more about that. But anyway, yeah, mainly I will say second his community longing-ish to connect and whatnot. Anyway, yeah, it's been fun. I've been a part of it. I'm not on a lot of it, and this is one of the ones that I feel like I'm not really going to be any addition to. But yeah, I have fun hanging out. It's really fun. And it's fun playing sometimes. So
she loves Dark Souls.
No, we're gonna get back on that.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I'm at a tough place, and I've gotten very discouraged. But hopefully,
you got this.
Hopefully, we'll do a rally and just be like, boom.
Yeah, you got this. You got this. And the last question: tell us more about the video game you are planning on making. Well, okay. So, and it goes into a little more detail, like going 2D or 3D, using existing assets and middleware, licensing an engine, using procedural generation. Into your early thoughts and what mechanics you might build it around. We're curious. Okay, so my whole life. Let me start with this. I'm gonna start with these two games. These are the ones I left out earlier. I don't know how you say this. The mirror is throwing me off. I don't know how you say this. As a kid, I said Faxanadu. I know that's wrong.
Faxanadu?
Because there is a in there. So maybe Faxanadu. And I've actually heard some people online pronounce the X as a Z and say Fazanadu. I don't like that though. By the way, this is really annoying me that my NES games, like the little
And we're back.
thing on top of the.
And we're back.
No, it's like rippling up. I don't like that. I don't know.
And
They might know how to stop it. Anyway, if you haven't played this game, I don't know how best to describe it. I sort of want to call it a Metroidvania, but it's not. It's not at all. Because there is no like options about where to go. It's pretty linear, but it's like fantasy, action, RPG-ish thing, platformer, 2D. I don't know. I loved it. I played the crap out of it. It's one of them games that doesn't have a battery in it, so it has passwords. As a kid, I had this book that I made. It was like 100 sheets of copy paper stapled together, all filled with like, helmet, full plate armor, short sword with this magic password. This ring with this, and this password.
So you're
I had a Anyway, I had a password for like every combination of items. Anyway, and then this game, Wizards and Warriors 3, another obscure game. I don't know how popular it was, but it was. I would say I would probably consider it a Metroidvania. I liked how and both of these two games are early on the big inspiration for the game I wanted to make. This Wizards and Warriors, there's like multiple classes. You can be a knight, thief, or a wizard, and there's 3 rankings for each of those, and each one like has a different ability. Like for instance, the thief, the first one, you have the ability to like other thieves won't attack you. The next one, and you have a little knife. The next one, you have a crowbar so you can break into certain windows. And the third one, you have a master key so you can like open any lock. Anyway, like the wizard, you start off, you have spells. Next level, you might can levitate. So, it was very interesting to me. I loved it, and I always dreamt of this game that was sort of all of the best aspects of those two games wrapped in together. And then at some point along the way, I found out that one of my favorite things in all video games are epic, really awesome boss fights. So I wanted to build a game that would combine all the aspects that I liked about those two games, plus with awesome boss fights. Well, I got started planning after I started coding and stuff. And I thought, well, I can actually make a game now. Maybe I got started planning it. Literally, like a year into it, Hollow Knight comes out. I'm like, what is this? I watch a Let's Play of it, and I realize that this glorious game that I had in my head that I wanted to create, every aspect of it had just been done, and done probably better than I'll ever do. So this imaginary game that I wanted to bring to the world because it didn't exist. Well, if you want to know what I'm making, what I want to make, it's Hollow Knight, basically, with some differences. Obviously, gameplay-wise, it's Hollow Knight. I would like something. I really like the pixel art style, like something more akin to Shovel Knight. Something way more colorful and diverse. Something that is the story is a lot more quirky and fun and not as obtuse. I would really like the idea of, like, if you've played Undertale, like that style of writing, like really funny, witty stuff. But that probably gives you a pretty good idea of it. As far as, I'm a couple years into making it. I've started over several times in different languages, using different tools, using engines, using no engines, and I don't know why I keep starting over. But I'm pretty much, because I find different things I like. At this point, I'm using Unity. I think I'm going to stick with Unity. As far as engines, I'm using Unity for the editor, mainly. I pretty much have. I've pretty much written my own physics engine for it. And let's see, what else did you ask? It's going to be original everything. I have an artist that I'm somewhat working with. It's kind of hard. He lives in Venezuela, so it's very kind of hard to work that out. But so I do have a fair bit of amount of original art that I've contracted from him at this point. And yeah, I'm gonna leave the general premise of the story under wraps at the moment, and I'll probably unveil that in a future episode at some point. And yeah, I think that wraps up all the questions, and I've put my wife to sleep over here.
He's a good programmer. He's about to graduate in a year with his master's in computer science, and he's also a lot of the music in the game will probably be a lot of his compositions, his collegiate compositions, because he has an undergrad in music, and then
yeah, that's true.
And then he'll have his master's soon. So I'm pretty proud of this dude.
Yeah. So okay. Well, that wraps up the question portion. Now, we haven't unveiled the next portion, but. And actually, what I'm thinking at this point, because we're sitting at like 50 minutes already.
Whoa, there are 50 minutes of people interested in us.
What I'm going to do
is
this is going to be split into 2 videos. We're going to have, so at the end of this, you might just have another video uploaded by now. If it ain't uploaded now, it's going to be real soon because I already have it all edited. So it's probably uploaded already.
It probably is.
Part 2 is what do we call this?
Challenge.
The ultimate.
Not Beastmaster. We're watching that on Netflix.
The ultimate.
Flat 5 games.
Flat 5 games.
Challenge.
Blazing hot. Eating championship video game tournament of death of doom.
Did we have a winner yet?
Huh?
Did we have a winner yet?
They don't know it yet. They ain't watched it yet. What are you talking about?
No, but we haven't done it. I can't remember if one of us won, and one of us is the master of our team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoever wins this tournament. I don't know what the point of this is. It's really just a stupid title, but will become master of Flat 5 games.
Alright. Do you know this?
Yes, I do.
I forgot.
Okay, well.
Is it you?
I'm not going to spoil it. What the heck? Stop.
Sorry.
So,
I
what
forgot.
we're going to be doing is we picked 3 games. And the first one is Dr. Mario because she loves it, and honestly, she kicks my butt at it. She's really good at it. I'm not very good at it.
I don't know why.
But I beat her every now and then. And
no, he doesn't.
Then we're gonna move on, and then depending on who wins or whatever, we got the hottest wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, and every time you lose, you got to eat a wing, and then like move up this rank of hotness.
And y'all, blazing wings are not a joke. I knew that.
Look, no spoilers.
2 months ago.
No spoilers.
I'm just saying, I've seen them. I've seen people eat blazing wings.
Yes, you have. So then we move on to our second game, which is in VR, virtual reality. It's going to be epic, maybe. Then we move on to our third game. We're going to compete head-to-head in Mortal Kombat. Little disclaimer. This will probably be at the beginning of the next video as well.
Don't spoil it.
I'm not. This is a disclaimer. We had an extreme, absurd amount of technical difficulties. Every time I turned around, and I didn't realize we were having any of them. Yeah, I'll put my hand down. Until I was editing. The first one, I'm not going to say who was eating wings, but while
the wings were being eaten. You said eaten.
Yeah. For some reason, no audio was captured. Don't worry, I fixed it. I did some editing magic, and we did something. We fixed it. The second one, we've never filmed VR before, so didn't really know what I was getting myself into. Ended up like the Game Boy was extremely loud, and it's hard to hear us talking. Whatever. Mortal Kombat, she got way too excited and hyped and was screaming so loud she was clipping the microphone like crazy, and
Why
so.
are you blaming it on me?
Well, you were the main one doing it, and
No.
so I had to do a lot of editing just to make sure your ears didn't bleed. But anyway, it was a lot of fun,
I almost laughed you.
and yeah, tune in to watch it. Thank you
That-
guys so much once again for subscribing to this channel, and I hope you stay for
200 more
forever,
subscribers.
forever. I mean, we're gonna be doing this
1,000 more subscribers.
until we die. Not really. Anyway.
Don't even.
Anyway, so thank you again, and
Thank you. We love
See
you
you.
guys.
we're gonna be
Amazing.
recording some more videos very soon.
Probably gonna do a Dark Souls right
Yeah,
now.
and a
as
Dark
soon as
Shards.
And a Dark Shard. As soon as we cut this off, we're gonna just be like, boom.
You a lie, but anyway,
You're right. I'm tired.
yeah, it's late.
I'll catch you guys.
Yeah,
You love me.
we've been trying to sign off for a while now.
Yeah.
All right, we're going this time.
We're gone.
We're gone.
You can't keep us around.
All right, y'all come back now. You hear?
Yeah.
That was for a certain someone.
Wait. Okay.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
All right.
Wait.
see.
What's the code word?
Oh, irradiated bananas.
Radiated bananas.